Alright, bro. On your mark, get set, go. And that's 100, folks. Sorry, Keith.
Ooh. Dude, I have some news, some crazy news for you ladies and gentlemen. A crazy story, a crazy like in awe story. This whole weekend I've been in awe. This whole weekend I've been like this in awe of what news I found out this past week. I always kind of know in the back of my head, but I didn't know it was like this. But it's just crazy to find out what I found out a few days ago. And I'm about to share with you guys right now. You're not gonna believe this. So I've been dealing with a torn ACL for 7 years. 7 years I've been dealing with a torn ACL. It's my right knee. I went through the army. I've been jumping out of planes. I've been playing basketball, football, running around, all with a torn ACL. Can you believe this? This whole time I've had a torn ACL, but it all kind of makes sense now. So let me back you up real quick. 7 years ago, I was in my senior year of football. It was during the summer. So we were doing a little passing tournament, a little 7-on-7, a little competition. I remember the exact play. I went up for a ball, came down wrong on my right knee, and I heard a pop in my knee. Just how they describe it in a video when they explain how you tear an ACL, they say you always hear a pop, and that's exactly what I heard, a pop in my knee. And I remember I took a few plays off, and I got right back in there, and I started playing again. After that, my knee was kind of swole, but at that age, I was like, oh, I'll recover. You know, I didn't really bring too much light on it. I didn't like complain about it really. I was like, oh, it hurts, but, you know, I'll get better. And I remember taking a few weeks off, and sure enough, I went back to practice, and I always knew it was kind of, you know, something was kind of wrong with it, but I was always able to like still run pretty much and do everything I could do before. But in my back of my head, I always knew my right knee was still bothered, and I didn't want to sit out either. I wanted to play my senior year, my last senior year of football, so I didn't want to complain. I didn't want to like bring up any attention to it because I was fine, you know? Obviously I wasn't. So basically I played my whole senior year with a torn ACL, which is crazy to me. Also a blessing because if I did have surgery back then, I would have never had played my senior year of football, so you know, it is what it is, you know. Things happen for a reason. So fast forward a couple years and I joined the army, and obviously they had no idea I had a torn ACL. I had no idea I had a torn ACL. So it's just crazy. I did all that stuff. I was jumping out of airplanes with the torn ACL. I was going on ruck marches for 20 miles, 10 miles, 5 miles out of here. Makes sense why I always sucked at road marches. I was like, dang, I suck at road marches, but I'd be good at running or whatever, which is still crazy to me that all my muscles around it must be really strong because, you know, kept me through it, kept me in the game. How I dealt with it, so in the past and today, sometimes my knee, if I'm running or something, I'm like, I kind of make a weird movement, it'll kind of like pop out of place. My knee will kind of pop out of place and I can't really bend it. But all I have to do is do this. Just gotta go do one of these, grab it right here, and it's like kind of stretch it out, and it'll just like pop back in place, and I'm able to carry on whatever I was doing, whether it be running or lifting. I was playing basketball. That's all I gotta do and I'm good to go. It was last Tuesday, I went to the doctors, and sure enough, the doctor grabbed my left knee and he was like, yeah, this is stable. You know, they do a little test where they pull it, and sure enough, he got my right knee, and he was like, yeah, man, makes sense, your ACL is gone. I was just like in awe. I was like, what? Like, I always knew something was wrong, but not like that wrong, you know? So same with my dad, he was just like, what? Yeah, your ACL's torn. We're gonna have to do an MRI. So I got an MRI coming up this week in a couple days. Get a full, you know, diagram of the knee. I'm gonna bring you guys next time to the doctor's office to show you guys my x-ray and everything. And which is crazy. I'm still in awe that I have a torn ACL and I've been living with it for 7 years. But it's gonna be cool because I'm gonna bring you guys along. I'm gonna have to get surgery in 2 months, probably a month or two. And I'm gonna show everything. I'm gonna get the surgery. You're gonna see my day 1, day 2, day 3. I'm gonna make a little documentary about this. But I kind of took some time to think about it. Like this weekend, I was like in awe. I was like, dang, I'm really bad at surgery. Like, I'm not gonna be able to work. I'm not gonna be able to do, like, go to the gym. It's my right foot. I'm not gonna be able to drive or do anything. So I was kind of a little down this weekend just thinking about it, but I was able to bring myself up again just because, you know, it could be a lot worse. Like I said, it always can be a lot worse. I could have 2 broken knees. I could have a broken face, a broken rib. Like, it could be really bad, obviously. I could have been in a bad car accident or whatever, but luckily it's only 1 knee. I'm still young, I'm still active. I'm gonna rehab the shit out of this. I'm gonna come back stronger than ever. And also another thing is I'm very grateful for having my dad's insurance, because if I didn't have insurance, I still would have the VA, but it would just be a process, you know what I mean? It'd probably take me like 2 years to have the surgery. So I'm just grateful to have my dad's insurance. I'm very blessed for that, so just to take care of this. But you guys are gonna see everything. But just to let you know, I've had a torn ACL this whole time, like, which is crazy. Like, jumping out of planes and shit, walking around right now. I have a torn ACL, like. Also, I've been thinking about, I'm kind of a badass now for been dealing with this for this past 7 years, doing what I do with the torn ACL.
You're fine.
Anna.
You're fine.
Anna, you serious? Where's my concentration here?
Me?
Yeah, the video.
What video?
We're watching something.
How do you even hear it? I barely hear it.
So I legit have a torn ACL. I even beat my friend Keith in a race. I was talking shit to him, like we had a couple of drinks after we played golf, and I was like, yeah man, I got a torn ACL, but I'll still beat you in a race, like it doesn't even matter, like, and he was like, no you won't, so I beat him in a race. Like, so obviously I am fine, like I'm still able to do a lot of things, but my shit is torn. If you don't believe me, I'm gonna bring you guys to the doctor's office when I get my MRI and he describes everything, so. But it's all good, it's just life. I'm gonna come up from this even stronger. And about a month or two, probably 2 months, you're gonna see me going through surgery, so it'll be really cool to see that content. But don't worry guys, I'm gonna stay strong, and it's kind of cool actually. I think it's kind of cool that I'm gonna get surgery, and grateful that I'm discovering it at a young age, because you can imagine 20 years from now, if I didn't take care of it, both my knees would have been shot, so I'm grateful, blessed. It's gonna be great content, so I can't wait. And my dad was joking around saying like, oh, this is his window for him to, like, you know, make a little jump and be stronger than me, but I don't know, that window, it's gonna be a small gap. I don't know if he can fit through that window anymore, because he's getting, you know, he's getting bigger and bigger, so I don't think he can fit through the window anymore. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, a little update what's going on and what to expect in the future. It's gonna be great content no matter what. I'm gonna come up from this little heads up. Tomorrow I'm working out with my dad, so let's get it, let's get after it. 2020, all decade. Torn ACL, but you know, whatever.